If you put a key under the mat for the cops, a burglar can find it too. Criminals are using every technology tool at their disposal to hack into people's accounts. If they know there's a key hidden somewhere, they won't stop until they find it. These are words of Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. And with that, we welcome you to another edition of your favorite tech show, Eazytech. I'm your tech guy, AJ. On today's episode, our main focus will be on how to stay safe on Facebook. We'll also be looking at some big stories in the world of tech. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. We have three major stories for you. First off, presidency wades into the fiasco between MTN and Globacom relating to interconnection debt. MTN and Glo have been in a situation where Glo has been owing interconnection debt to MTN, and they took the matter to the NCC, and NCC did give approval. And some of you may have seen the messages where they were supposed to disconnect Globacom users from MTN from the 18th of January, but because of the intervention of the presidency, they've been given additional 21 days to reach a final agreement on this debt. It is estimated that as of 2020, Globacom was owing interconnection debt to MTN in the range of about 70 billion naira. Normally, we have a lot of telcos in the country. Anytime a telco subscriber of one network calls a subscriber of another network, for example, when Globacom subscribers call MTN and it connects, Globacom is supposed to pay MTN a certain fee called interconnection fee, but they haven't paid for a while, and this became a big issue. They went to the regulators, and regulators gave them permission to disconnect Globacom from their network. It therefore means that Globacom would not have been able to call MTN subscribers, while MTN subscribers would have been able to call Globacom subscribers. This means that if it had gone through from the 18th of January, this had gone through, it means that many Glo subscribers would not have been able to communicate with MTN subscribers, and maybe it might affect them, it might affect the whole industry. We'll see a situation where Globacom subscribers would have probably moved to other networks, which is not a healthy thing. So we hope that this is resolved amicably. Amazon Prime to lay off workers and end African content production. Now, Amazon Prime is one of the leading video streaming platforms in Africa. We have Showmax, Netflix, and of course Amazon Prime. There are a couple of others, but these are the top three in the continent. And Amazon Prime has said through reports that it will be leaving Africa. It will be laying off some of its staff in Africa, and of course ending production of some of its content in Africa. This is a big blow for the African entertainment industry, especially Nollywood and the likes, because, as we said, Amazon is a top player in the industry. But it also means that they may have been leaving, they might be leaving because they've not been able to meet the numbers. The numbers are not just adding up well for Amazon Prime. Now remember that Amazon Prime have produced and have sponsored and funded some of the biggest productions in the continent since it came to the region, since it came to the market. Movies like Gangs of Lagos did so well, a production funded partly by Amazon because they have a collaboration with the producers where they sign contracts for a couple of productions where it airs on Amazon and they have an agreement. With this, it means that all those funding for such movies will cease once it is finalized, once they've laid off these employees. Remember that Amazon Prime has offices in Africa, it has offices in South Africa to cater for the South African market, and of course has Nigerian offices located somewhere in London to cater for the Nigerian market. It means that these employees will be laid off, and its focus will now be in a region they consider to be its stronghold, which is the European market. According to Barry Forlong, who sent a mail, it is reported that he sent a mail to employees of Amazon telling them that they will be laying off some people and focusing on the areas which they consider to be strong. It is reported that the mail said that the decision was made to focus on the areas that drive the highest impact and long-term success. As I said, the numbers are not adding up for them. As at 2021, it is reported that Amazon had about 575,000 subscribers in the whole of Africa, with a projection of about 1.9 million by 2029. This doesn't seem like a good number for them. While the whole Africa is projected to have about 18 million subscribers for streaming platforms, for video streaming platforms by that 2029. The big players are Showmax, Netflix, and Amazon, with Showmax taking the majority of the market, followed by Netflix. And Nigeria and South Africa happen to be the biggest market for Amazon Prime. We hope that other big players don't leave the industry, but Amazon Prime is laying off its employees and reducing the number of its staff. Apple releases iOS 17.3, adding stolen device protection for iPhones. Now, Apple just recently released an update to its current iOS, which is iOS 17, with iOS 17.3, with one of the major features of this release is the stolen device protection, and a feature that adds additional security to the iPhone. Now, before now, when you misplace your phone, in case your phone is stolen, we've had cases where somebody's phone is stolen, the thief asks you to input your PIN or your device code there, and it takes the phone and gets certain information, maybe from your banking apps and all of that. But with this new update, what happens is that there can be no major change on your phone without your biometrics. So for a phone that uses facial ID, you need Face ID to make such changes. For a phone that uses Touch ID, or devices that uses Touch ID, it requires Touch ID to make such changes. Another thing is that even when you try to make changes, for example, you try to change the passcode of the device, you have to wait for an hour before such things happen. These are just some few things that Apple has decided to add to their devices to make sure that it becomes even safer than it is. For you to enable this new feature, once you've updated, you need to update to iOS 17.3, and devices that can be updated are iPhone XX and above. That is iPhone XS and more recently. So from iPhone XX can have this feature. So go to your settings, go to Face ID and passcode. Then once you log in, you will see the feature. Just scroll down to the bottom, you see this new function, stolen device protection, and enable it. And then you will be safer with your device. People can't just change device passwords anymore like they used to. So these are some of the big stories in the tech space at the moment. So I've decided that this year, I don't want any of my friends to call me and tell me that their Facebook have been hacked, because I've had so many of such complaints in the past, and I decided that no more. So these are a few things you need to do to stay safe on Facebook. 5 things you need to do to stay safe on Facebook. Number 1, change your password. Yes, change your password. Some of you have had the same password for years, and it's not a problem to have the same password for a long time. The problem is that this password is not even a safe password. Some of you are using your phone numbers as your password. You're using the names of family and friends as your password. These things are easy to get, so make sure you change your password immediately. Now pick up your phone, let's change it together. Now go to your Facebook, go to the menu. The menu is your profile image. It could be located at the bottom or at the top. Once you go there, go to settings and privacy, then settings, then account center, then password and security. Then you see change password. Click that, then put in your current password, put in the new password, reconfirm the new password, and voila, you have changed your password. Make sure you're using a strong password, or password that is not easy to guess. Now, the next thing to do, number 2, add two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is very important because it helps you to stay safe online whenever there's a change of device, change of browser, or someone is trying to log into your account from a different location. Facebook sends you a code to your registered number for you to confirm that it is you. So this is why it's very important to set up two-factor authentication. How do you do it? The same method by which you change your password. Go to your menu, go to your settings and privacy, go to settings, go to account center, go to passwords and security, and then you will see two-factor authentication. Select it. Choose the account you want to put the two-factor authentication for. Most times your Facebook and your Instagram account will show. Choose the one you want to add. Then put your phone number, select text and SMS, put your phone number, confirm the phone number, and a code will be sent to you. And this means that whenever someone tries to log into your account or whatever, they try to change your device, try to use a different browser that they are not used to or a different location, Facebook will send you a code which will be required to log in, and you are safe. Number 3, don't log into public PCs. I can't count the number of times I've been to places, either business centers or even in the office, and I realize someone's Facebook is still open. This is a major security threat. Someone who has access to that page, maybe in your office or in a cyber cafe or a business center, could just go through your profile and take out information which they can, of course, use to hack you. So it is very, very important that you stay away from using public PCs to access any of your accounts. Use your phone. If your phone is not there and you must use a public PC, please remember to log out once you are done. And that being said, it's very important that once you change your password and do your 2-factor authentication, you log out of all systems that you don't recognize. So what you need to do now is, still in Account Center, just scroll down, password and security, go down, you will see a place that shows you where you're logged into, all the devices you're logged into. If you see any device that you're not familiar with, please log out immediately. Now, number three, don't click on unknown links. Yes, some of you, especially on Facebook, oh, there's this message, you're clicking it. There's this game, you're clicking it. Oh, what does 2024 hold for you? You're clicking it. Most of these things that you're clicking are not safe. They are designed by people who are trying to harm you. All they are trying to do is to harvest your data, which they're going to use and harm you. Some of them, by the time you click this link, they tell you to sign in. As you're signing into these places, they are taking your password and then are using it against you. So as much as possible, try not to click links that you're not sure of. If you see something, maybe an information you want to read about, it's always to click this link if you're not sure of the link. Why don't you just use your phone, Google these things, and then go to a place where you can see the address properly and log in. And then the next one, make sure you are logging into Facebook from the proper site. Facebook is www.facebook.com. It is not favebook.com. It is not facebook.xrc.cor.com. Make sure the link or the site that you're logging to is the accurate one for Facebook, and it is not a clone by hackers and fraudulent people. Even if you're logging in through an app, if you're going to use an app, make sure the app is not a third-party app from another person who is trying to create an app for Facebook. Make sure it is an authentic Facebook app created by Meta. Make sure you're downloading the app from the App Store. It's an authentic app from the App Store. And when you do this, you will be safe. If you follow all these things, you realize that you're going to stay safe on Facebook and people will not be harming you. One more bonus thing you need to do is do not share your passwords or your passcodes with anybody. Passwords and passcodes are like underwear. I'm very sure you don't share your underwear with people. So make sure you don't share passwords and your passcode with anybody. If you do all these things, then I assure you, you will be safe on Facebook and any other social media platform or on the internet. Thank you very much for staying with us on Eazytech. If you enjoyed this episode, you can listen to this episode and previous editions of Eazytech on your favorite podcasting platform. You can also follow us on all social media platforms. We are AJ_Dikachi on all platforms. Share, like, comment, and subscribe for more wonderful tech stories and tech content. Until next week, peace.